Okay, man, it's another day. Monday morning, came into the office earlier and just been thinking about where to go from here. Been practicing that social distancing, and Connie and I have tried to keep our distance from each other. I hope you've been able to succeed in that. You know how it goes. So she's sitting on that side of the room and I'm sitting on this side of the room. We're just trying to make sure we practice what we're supposed to on that social distancing. And so anyway, I know that it's the streets look bare coming in, and everything looks like, man, what's going on out there? And so I just sitting here this morning and came out to the sanctuary. It's real quiet out here, and I like it. And so just thinking about some things. And so I was reading earlier where Isaiah said, God is my salvation. I will trust in him. I will trust and not be afraid. And I hope you can take those words with you today, because sometimes we as Christians, we can get into discouragement. And I, over the years, have had a big issue with discouragement. I mean, I can be up and then all of a sudden I can be discouraged. But let me just give you, I was reading A.W. Tozer early on in my ministry. I would read A.W. Tozer every day. And he gave the remedy, or a plan, what to do when you get discouraged. Because discouragement isn't a sin per se, but if you stay discouraged, you will go into many different sins. So it's very important as a Christian to arm yourself with this understanding. And so when you're discouraged, the first thing I want to help you with is do not think about yourself what you feel about yourself. All right? You're going to feel things about yourself, but don't think about that in that light. Don't believe what you feel. Don't do that at all. And then the second thing, if I remember right, it had to do with don't make important decisions when you're in this discouragement. Don't make important decisions. Put them off. Don't make life-changing decisions when you feel discouraged. And then the last thing I remember him saying is go to the scriptures and begin to find promises in the Bible and read them. Because God loves you. You don't need to think about the way you feel about yourself. You need to remember that God loves you and he died for you and you believed in him and he saved you. He loves you more now than he ever has loved you, if that's possible. And so get to the scriptures and realize he will never leave you nor forsake you. And remember, just this one little thought, the living God is everything. He's the only God. And he is the one who you are trusting in and believing in right now. So in this whole situation, in this crisis that we're in, take time to find those scriptures that will help you defeat that discouraged feeling and begin to trust in God. God is my salvation, Isaiah said. I will trust and not be afraid. Those are things that you do. And so take time today. If you're discouraged, if you're a little bit down, maybe you've let this crisis situation cause you to have some fear, maybe some worry. Take time today to deal with that. Because if you will make sure that you remember that God loves you, that you remember that God is everything, and that he has this all covered, you're going to have a better day. And so take care of that right now. And then move out into this day and enjoy it. Enjoy it in the Lord. And hopefully one of these days we're going to be back together soon. It's good to see you, and we'll talk soon.